Okay, so we are here with Colette from Who's Olivia. Colette, can you tell us a little about Who's Olivia?
We're just a four-piece band based in Glasgow. We we kind of put our genre down as like ambient pop, but I think it's because we don't have a clue what we really are. I think we kind of keep on chopping and changing.
Yeah.
So we base it ambient pop because it's very, well, now we're going very synthy. And we kind of focus on tone rather than a specific genre.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we've been together for about 2 years, but I think now's been the biggest change for us with like everything that's happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's lots of changes, so I won't say too much.
Keeping it all close to your chest. So out of all the songs that you've ever written, what one has the most meaning to you?
There's a song called She we released in 2019, and it seems like yesterday because of all the lockdown. So it was like the last thing, so I'm probably bleeding everyone's ears out with it because it's the only thing we've released. But
no, it's a lovely song.
I think it was something, like, I don't ever purposely sit and think, oh, I need to write something, but that's the one song that I have. And I wrote it in like 5 minutes. For the length of the song. It just kind of happened. And I don't really get that too often. I didn't change anything. It was only when we took it to the studio and we were playing it live, it was different. Because it had the full band, and then we took it to the recording studio, and then we changed it up still. So I think it was just a song that was really important to me, but then the way it's come together and when it was recorded and stuff, I really am proud of it. And I wouldn't want to release something that I wasn't happy with, or I would never rush recording. So for that to be the song we've released and worked on, like, I'm really proud of it, and it means a lot. So it was good to get it off my chest, I guess.
Yeah, so you should be. Honestly, it's one of my favourite songs ever. It's so good.
Thanks.
Okay, so lockdown, as you mentioned, has been pretty tough, but has there been any moments for you or for yourself as a band that you found to be quite beneficial?
I think you had to adapt with everything that was happening. That we couldn't see the guys, and I found before lockdown, and I never noticed it at the time, but I think before lockdown we were in this cycle of just rehearsing for gigs, and we were in this habit of just picking up gigs whenever we could. So we found a lot of the time we were focusing on that particular gig. And at the time what you would do is probably like hide out a space for 3 hours, and you would be on this time restriction as well. Whereas now, because we've not had any of that, I found that I'm scheduling music in a different way. So I'm focusing on recording and trying to produce and putting more instruments in. And then it's been really, really beneficial, I find, because when I give it to the band now, it's a full sound rather than just me and a guitar. So I feel like it's allowed us to do exactly what I wanted to do a few years ago, but now I've had the time to do it, and with that we've all got different equipment and like completely up the game. So I think it's given an opportunity to figure things out, and I'm happy with where it's went.
That's good. That's very good. So in your opinion, have you found the Scottish music scene to be supportive and inclusive?
I don't know, it's a tricky one. Like, there's so many routes you could go down with it. I think for us personally, we've been really, really lucky, especially with like specific promoters like yourselves and venues. I think whenever we played somewhere, we've been asked to play again, or even people we've played with have kept in touch. So we've been really, really lucky. In regards to being inclusive, I think it's tricky. Like, I think it's really tricky. I don't want to say it's the best thing ever and everything's fine, and because it is to an extent, but I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Absolutely.
And all different factors, like we were saying, it could be from people of colour, from like different sexual orientations. It could be specifically gender as well. We've got a gig coming up soon, and I think it's the first time we as a band are supporting a female artist. Don't think I'm wrong with that. Like, so I'm not too sure, but I think this is the first time we have like supported a female artist. And
really,
I think that exactly. I never even thought about it, and it's when I did think about it, I was like, what? Why is that? Why is that happening? So I think there's still a lot of work to be done, and I think security and safety is a big thing as well in the music scene. I actually think there was a gig with you guys where you had this team called Gig Safe.
Yeah.
Me and the drummer Reese actually sat down and had a chat with them to say like what they do, and I thought it was incredible, and I was like, why is this not been done before? Like, why is this the first time we're seeing this? And I think it's up to promoters and venues to be proactive.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes a lot of musicians need to come off that high horse as well, and there needs to be a level of respect for everyone, no matter what their genre is, no matter what their sexuality is, no matter what their gender is, just all of it.
Yeah.
So I think there's still a lot of work to be done, but it's one of those subjects where you could probably go on and on and on, and there's all these different branches to it.
Absolutely.
So I couldn't necessarily say. I think we've been lucky with the support, but then there's still a lot of work to be done to be more inclusive, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, like organisations like Gig Safe that have started up, like it's just you really do question why they haven't been done before.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
They're doing amazing work, and you're kind of like even as a promoter, I'm like, why haven't we thought that this was something that we needed before now? Like,
exactly. I think people just take for granted that things are fine, and sometimes they're not.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that support needs to be available more, or more accessible to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we're always keen to ensure that we have the team there, or we've got like the venue are aware of the stuff that's going on. Like, we're always keen to like make sure that they're like totally on it, like, and we're always keen to make sure that we're totally on it, just to make sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, are there any artists at the moment that have caught your eye that are coming out of Scotland?
There's a band called Crook that you've probably heard of. I think they're immense. Like, I actually look forward to every time I see they're posted a video. I think everything about them's fab. Like, I think even their branding and all their videos are really, really class. Like, I really, really enjoy looking at their videos as their songs. I think they're like a really, really talented bunch of people.
Yeah.
I think as well, like, there's a lot of female artists that I really, really enjoy. So I just kicked your thing. As a songwriter, I think Lizzie Reid is probably one of my favourite Scottish musicians at the moment. I think she has such a lovely, lovely mind. Like, her way of songwriting is so stunning.
Yeah, she's so talented.
She makes it seem so easy though. Like, but she released an album this year, and I was so happy for it because she has a song in the album. And I remember, like, when I was walking about doing like my daily stuff, listening to music, there was a song, I think it's called Always Lovely, that she has on this album, but she released the album this year. But I remember being like on YouTube and listening to this live video of her singing a song over and over again. It was so captivating. I think she's such a good songwriter. So yeah, she's nothing like Who's Olivia or whatever, but I just really, really admire her music a lot. I think she's fab.
Yeah, she's definitely very talented.
She's really
she's
good.
Someone that's kind of popped up for me, and I'm like, oh, and then like I've kind of actively paid attention now.
Yeah, she's kind of the same like I was saying with Crook though. Everything she does is like amazing. I'm never ever, like, I am genuinely excited to see what she does, and I think she deserves like all the attention she gets. She's so fab.
Yeah, she definitely does. So, have you got anything exciting in the works that you'd like to talk about, or that you can tell us about?
Well,
tell us the goss.
I think we're still kind of early stages because there's a lot of new music. We've got a gig coming up at the end of August on the 29th. It's at King Tut's, and it's just going to be all new music. So we're trying to piece everything together now that we're able to meet up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to look at a bit of rebranding and kind of, I want to make an appearance and show people that things have changed. Yeah. Rather than come back and do the same stuff. Like, the old stuff is completely gone. So I guess it's like a complete rebrand and remodel. So I'm not so sure of dates, so I can't provide any of that. But hopefully you'll see something soon. I'm kind of the person that's not good on social media. Like, I'm really, really bad. But it'll happen soon, and I don't mind being patient with it because like we were saying with She, we took our time with that, so I was so happy when that went out because I don't mind being patient with these things and make sure it's done well and right. I would never want to rush anything. So fingers crossed something's going to happen at the end of the year, but in the meantime you can catch us in Tuts on the 29th of August.
Yeah, definitely come and cop along. I'm looking forward to hearing some new stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah, and keep an eye out for some new stuff coming our way. So finally, where can people find you and your music?
You can find us on Spotify. It's just Who's Olivia. We're on Apple Music as well. And if you want to like any of our social media pages, we have a Facebook page.
Okay.
And we've got an Instagram page as well, but it's just Who's Olivia. I think Facebook might be Who's Olivia Music.
Okay.
So yeah, you can catch us there, keep up to date with stuff.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. It's
No,
been lovely
thank you.
chatting to you.
It's been great, thank you.